Welcome back this morning on In Depth Today. History high atop Mount Everest.
Yeah, an adventurous 18-year-old from Illinois just climbed into the record books as the youngest American woman to ever reach that summit. Her name, Lucy Westlake. And by the way, she did it just 10 days before she'll walk in her high school graduation. Lucy's with us live from Nepal. But before we talk to her, let's just take a closer look at her historic trek. Lucy Westlake is standing at the top of the world. After reaching Mount Everest's peak yesterday morning, the 18-year-old is now the youngest American woman to summit Everest's highest point, more than 29,000 feet. That's about as high as 18 Empire State Buildings. The Illinois teen completing her Everest expedition in just 24 days.
I used to actually be afraid of heights, which is very ironic.
Lucy started her mountaineering adventures with her dad when she was just 7 years old.
I'm at the top of New Mexico on Wheeler Peak.
And she's no stranger to breaking records. Last year, she became the youngest woman to reach the highest points in all 50 states.
You did it!
World record.
From Mount Kilimanjaro to Aconcagua, Lucy has reached great heights all over the globe.
You can see the top. Boop. Right there.
But Lucy says this is just the start. She wants to complete the Explorer's Grand Slam, a climbing challenge to ascend up the highest mountain on each continent and go to the North and South Poles. Now, after Everest, she only has 4 to go.
For me, it's not about breaking records. It's about pushing limits.
But first, Lucy will take on a brand new challenge of a different kind, starting her freshman year at USC and distance running for the Trojans on the track and field team. Wowza. Fresh off her record-breaking climb, Lucy's joining us from her hotel in Nepal. Lucy, we just have to say, wow, we are marveling at your life. You're just 18 years old. But will you take us into that moment where you stood atop Mount Everest? It's a feat you usually do with your father. This time you did it solo. Just take us inside that moment.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it was absolutely incredible. Being at the top, I just couldn't imagine that I was at the top of the world. Like, I looked down and there was nothing higher, but still. And it was actually, I thought I was going to cry at the top. I really did. But I actually cried like an hour before the top, which was so strange. It was like when the sun was rising and I thought we had like 3 more hours to go. And I asked my Sherpa, I was like, how long to the top? And he was like, 1 more hour. And I was like, I just knew I was going to make it right then. So I started crying.
Well, it's such an incredible feat. I mean, getting to the top and getting down, and you did all of that. What motivates you, Lucy? You know, the old joke is like, why do you climb mountains? And they say because it's there, you know, but you have something deeper motivating you.
Yeah. I've always been adventurous and I've always loved the mountains, but as the mountains grew and it got harder, I really had to find that like deeper motivation to still want to do them. And it's really just like pushing my limits. I just want to see how far my body and mind can go. And I hope to inspire others to do the same, because it's really like, that's how you figure out who you are. That's how you discover yourself and discover more about the world is just seeing how far that your body and mind can go. And so far, I mean, I made it to the top of Everest, so I think I'm doing pretty well so far. But,
yeah, you're doing really, really well. I think what's great about you is a lot of people do these kinds of adventures for themselves. Like, I did it. I made it to the top. I feel like your mission is much bigger than just about Lucy.
Yeah, for sure. I actually really have a passion for the world water crisis. And so I hope to raise money and awareness through my climbing for that. That's one of my big motivations. But also on Everest, this specific expedition was to help bring more women into the outdoors, because I was actually surprised that there were a good amount of women on Everest, and it made me smile like walking by them. But there's still, it's such like, such a sport that's dominated by men. So, and it really, like, younger people, I also want to get in the mountains because I know they'll love it. I know it should be a place for everybody who wants to be there. So
now, look, Lucy, a lot of your expeditions you've done with your father. This one you were alone, obviously with Sherpas, and there's a team. It takes a village literally to get up the side of Mount Everest. But what do your parents think? It's not like you can text from the top of Mount Everest and be like, "I'm cool." were they nervous about this one?
Yeah, definitely. They have a lot of trust in me. They do. And our trust has grown over time. My mom, I honestly think she was more nervous about like the smaller mountains when I was like 7 or 8 than she is now, just because like that trust has really grown. But one of the hardest parts, maybe the hardest part for me was not having my dad there, just being like completely alone. And I loved my Sherpa. Like he was amazing. He was like my stand-in dad, but it's not the same. It was really tough being away from everyone, like anyone I knew, for 26 days. I was on the mountain for 26 days. Wow. Kill him, but
well,
yeah.
You're heading to high school graduation, which is exciting. It's going to be a big time for you in June, and then you're off to USC, and you're gonna run on their cross country track team. So just tell me a little bit about what's ahead for you.
Yeah, my next like big mission is to just go to USC and see what I can do running, because that's like an equal passion to mountaineering. I love running so much, and I missed it on the mountain. I tried to run like the first few days.
Wow.
I had like one of my friends run with me, but yeah, that didn't last long. So I'm really excited to back train summer, get ready, and then in the fall hit USC cross country team hard. And then after that, I'm hoping to be able to do the Explorers Grand Slam. That is also one of my big goals. So I have a trip to Antarctica left to do Mount Vincent and the South Pole, the North Pole after that, or in any order, the North Pole and then Carson's Pyramid. So I'm also really hoping to do this.
Well, wow. Lucy, you blow us away. Yeah. You truly do. And we'll be calling your mother later to find out how she did it, because you are an incredible young lady, but I think she'd say it comes straight from you. Yeah. Best of luck to you.
Congratulations, Lucy. Oh, wow. You're welcome. What a sweet kid. Oh, my God. I'm totally blown away by her. Wow.
Long distance runner, has a 4.6 GPA, graduated early from high school, actually. She's just going to go walk with her graduating class, going to USC.
Super nice.
Let's go home and ground our kids. Or homeschool them or do whatever Lucy's mom did. It's incredible, Al.
Wow. I'm exhausted.
She's amazing.
She is amazing.
Wow.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.